Hey there and welcome. For those of you who typically watch this channel, we're going to be taking a little bit of a jaunt to the side for a few videos to address some concerns that I have here in Duluth, Minnesota. So if you're not from Duluth, feel free to check it out, and I'm happy to have any positive suggestions that you do have. We will get back to regularly scheduled, more fun programming as we go along. But for the next few videos, this is trying to create awareness, asking for help, and for change. This is the only way I know how to do it right now because everything else in the past hasn't worked. So thank you for your patience and support. On August 27th, the Duluth Transit Authority introduced the Better Bus Blueprint program, which is basically a total reroute of most all of our buses here in Duluth. It has a lot of big shifts to it. Now, something you also need to understand before watching this video is that we also have massive road construction. So all of the signs have maps of how the routes are going to be, but not actually how the routes are. So that's been a source of fascination and frustration. One of the new things is called a GO line, and basically it's a limited stop bus. Something that, to my knowledge of being here for 15 years, I have never seen. We don't really, again, far as I know, we don't really have a limited stop buses. So we have this GO line. It's not being explained very well. In fact, when I heard GO line, the first time I heard Go Green line, I thought, oh, it's like electric buses. Then I heard the GO line, and it was told to me that it was every 15 minutes or so the bus would be running. I'm like, oh, so go more often. It never occurred to me that the GO line meant go past some of the bus stops that you know, making it a limited stop. Totally fine that we have limited stops. I do have some additional concerns about that. I'll probably get to in a different video, but not unreasonable. Here's the challenge. The call you're about to hear is happening the first week of the program. And apparently the people who are answering the phones are not being instructed to let people know what these changes are. If you came here to Duluth and you're used to a regular bus system, one of the concerns I have is that I feel like this is something on a new program, and quite honestly, forever, really, because you don't know who's riding your buses. If this is a person who rides every 6 months, or it's somebody coming from out of town, we want them to know exactly what they're getting into. But there should be an explanation that this is a whole different route than we're used to. The information operators should be trained to tell people that so they know what to expect. We have students, we have tourists, and we have occasional riders, and we want to have those and make it simple and easy for them. Here's what happened on my first attempt to take the new bus downtown.
Hi, yes, I am looking to get from the 6th Avenue East and 4th Street to 27th Avenue West and 3rd.
All right, so you're gonna have to take a bus downtown and then transfer to the blue line or the 103. The blue line comes every 15 minutes.
Okay.
And 103 comes every hour.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right there. I'm sorry, but this is really painful. You're going to have to take a bus downtown, and you're going to have to transfer, and it comes every 15 minutes or whatever. It sounded like she wanted to end the call there. What bus do I get on? Where do I get on my bus? Where do I transfer? I am sorry to say, but that has actually been a very common type of call that I've experienced over the 15 years I have been here. That is something that, from a rider's perspective, we're putting out a whole new system. We need to up the training. Honestly, that should be embarrassing to anybody at the DTA that they haven't trained her better than that.
Where would I catch the bus, and what bus am I catching downtown, and what time would that bus come?
So you have to catch it on 6th and 6th to go downtown.
Okay, 6th and 6th. Okay, what bus stop comes after 6th and 6th?
Yes, it will come. They're going to be, they're running a regular route to 6th Avenue East and 5th Street. And then they're going to detour along 5th Street to 5th Avenue East.
Okay.
Could I just turn left on 5th Avenue East and run to 4th Street? From 4th Street, you're going to run to 2nd Avenue East and then turn down 2nd Avenue East too.
Okay, so can I catch it on like 5th Avenue East and 4th Street?
Well, you can catch it on 6th Avenue East and 5th Street.
6th Avenue East and 5th Street. Okay, got it, I think.
Wait, 5th Avenue East and 4th Street.
Okay, 5th Avenue East and 4th Street, that works?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then you'll be a bus there every 15 minutes and it's called the Green Line.
So you hear that she confirms that I said, can I get on 5th Avenue East and 4th Street? And she confirms that. You're also going to see a video where that didn't work. And I have been trying to find out where the next bus stop is towards downtown. And I have yet to talk to a person who can give that answer to me. I did get an answer, but I have found that there is actually no bus stop there. So they totally gave me wrong information.
Okay, so now these buses, now I have to get off on this bus and transfer?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm taking, then I'm getting on the blue line. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
Okay, so transferring the green to the blue.
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right, thank you for your help.
Now, I happen to know something about downtown and have an idea of where I can catch the blue line. But honestly, I've had phone calls where I've just been told to catch another bus and you've literally had to cross the street and they've not told me that. In my mind, there needs to be more training, right? I should be given direction of, you're going to go downtown, you're going to transfer on, so I know how to catch the blue line. This was my first time taking these buses. And like I said, I kind of took a chance because I figured I knew where the blue line was going to go. And I knew there were some options. And I knew once I got downtown, I could figure it out and walk. So here's what happened when I went out that day to board the bus. Here comes the bus. I'm at the corner. I go out in the street to catch said bus. And the door doesn't open. So I'm a little frustrated. Go back to my corner just so I don't get run over by some other car. So here I am standing at the corner of 5th Avenue East and 4th Street. So though this stop isn't marked, this is a stop I had been dropped off on the Green Line previously. Nobody told me then this was not a bus stop. And I had been picked up the week before, right before the change, as this was at that point still a detour. So as you can see, I wasn't allowed to board. So I called back customer service to, again, try to get the next best bus stop so I could get downtown and get where I needed to go. Oh my God, this is just disgusting. Okay, so I called the bus person and I asked her, what is the bus? So if they're not going to pick me up on 5th, 4th Street, and 5th Avenue East, if they're not even going to open the door to say, hey, this is a new situation, I'm sorry, I can't pick you up here, tomorrow not allowed, or whatever, I called the bus company. And the person who answered the phone, she says, you have to pick it up at 6 and 6. I said, so what's the next bus stop besides 6th and 6th for the Green Line? And she's like, I have no idea. Let me put you on hold. She put me on hold for probably close to 5 minutes. I stood there for a while and then walked a few blocks before she got back to me. And she said, the person who knows that information isn't here. And the person that was there didn't know. So how the hell? Woo! Okay, almost fell into a hole. Here's another lovely Duluth situation. I've almost been taken out by that a few times. This sign's been here. I have to find somewhere. I think I have a picture when I face planted almost into the thing of that sign. Anyway, so she couldn't tell me what the next stop was. Better? Can we take that word off the website, please? So this is one of many concerns I have, but this is one incident that happened within the first 2 weeks of the new system. I have yet to get an answer as to where the next bus stop is from 6th and 6th downtown. I have asked multiple people and nobody has had a response. Okay, that's not true. One person did have a response, totally told me to go a place according to what that attendant said. He said the bus turns right on 4th and there's a bus stop right there for the GO line. There is no bus stop for the GO line. And in fact, some buses go straight and some buses turn. So I've seen different things as far as the bus behavior. I've gotten multiple answers, in some cases, no answers. So if I'm trying to catch the bus on 5th Avenue East and 4th Street, and if the reality is that there is no bus stop for the Green Line until Superior and 2nd, that's an answer. But that's not what I'm being given. I'm being told that there is no clue. It would surprise me if there's no bus stop between there and between those two locations. Looking at the map going forward, it looks like there will be. So usually when there's a detour, there are roads and there is driving. So there's usually the attempt to find a place in the midst of the construction to pick a person up. That isn't what I'm being told. Look, this is not about putting blame on the individual operators that are providing information. I have no idea what kind of training they're getting, but from the consistency of the answers I'm getting, I'm guessing that there is very little training. The system is broken, something needs to be fixed, and I'm asking for help. From a rider's perspective, there looks to be very many easy solutions for these problems. One of them is simply the question of why do the people answering the phone not know where the buses stop? There should not be one person in the building. As the person on the phone said, the one person who knows where the buses stop was gone for the day. That is not supportive to the information operators, and it's ridiculous. And it's honestly, from a rider's perspective, it really feels like a big middle finger. Meh, we're going to change the bus system. We don't actually care if you ride it or not. And from my perspective, as a rider and also just a Duluth citizen, this is my town, this is my city, this is the place I have chosen to live. I want a robust system. We live in a big, small town. This is not impossible. I have ridden the bus my entire life. I lived in Minneapolis. I rode the bus nearly every day on some pretty complex routes, and I was always able, not always, but I have gotten way more wrong answers in the 15 years that I have lived here and taken the bus in Duluth by leaps and bounds compared to when I lived in the cities and took some complex trips up until when I moved here. So 30 some years. That's my experience. That's my reality. So this just talks about a couple of the issues that happened during the first week of the big rollout. I have many more concerns and there's a lot more to talk about. And really, all I really want to accomplish from these videos is I'm asking for help. How do we make the system better? How do we help people that want to ride the bus any day of the week that they choose to, or those who ride the bus and need to ride it because it's their transportation? We're a big, small town. We can do this. Having a working, functional, well-informed transportation system, staff, be they answering the phone or driving the bus, there's got to be a way. We're both too big and too small for this to be the norm. Thanks for watching.